So we can now show you one of the games from the previous days. It's going to be, I don't know if you can see this correctly, it's going to be the game in the match between Baratheon and Targaryen, and it's Tom MacKenzie playing against Palpa, and we join it in the middle of round 1, actually just starting challenges. So it's Bara playing Fealty against Targaryen playing Qohor. And quite interesting, we have Storm's End already in play, which could deal with some of the aggro stuff, although Qohor does inevitably play seals, right?
So we were actually seeing Baratheon made Targaryen made quite a comeback in their game. So is it spoilers? I mean, I think people know they were 3-0 and then brought it back and won 5-3. But they did use 2 cohorts, which I think might be the strongest agenda for Falcon at the current time. They did spend something and
Okay, so we're letting everyone know that Qohor is going to win.
Yeah, that's why I say it's spoilers, but I think people know.
Well, what's the point in watching the other 48 minutes now? Well, it's actually...
It's an interesting game nonetheless.
It's, it's an interesting one. And I don't think it's 48 minutes, actually.
Yeah.
So here we go, the reserve, which isn't really reserve because Friedman is perfect in the discard pile.
I was gonna say, before you interrupted me, I'm quite happy that they're spending their cohorts earlier because I am scared of playing against that deck.
Yeah, it's unrestricted like the rest of Targ, basically. I mean, you see Dothraki smashing everyone recently. World Cup was a struggle, but then I've seen it a couple of times in Champions of Westeros and such, and just smashing everyone. Qohor, virtually unbeatable. Not sure if I've ever seen it lose a game. I guess against the Tyrell Assault, they lost in the Worlds.
It makes sense. Tyrell Assault is very resilient to aggro.
And of course, just Dany and her bullshit. These mercenaries kind of lose every game.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that much burn lately, so I really can't complain except that it hurts my feelings.
Well, what is Red Priest going to do? Red Priest has been apparently unfun for some opponents of Baratheon, I can imagine. Takes gifts would have on demand got Queensguard. At the moment there isn't a body for Queensguard, but yeah, that's what you take. That makes complete sense. Or the econ, and here's Eldon, so every possible challenge turns into power, and you can't aggro anything, and then in the late game Bara starts doing offensive power, right? That's usually the plan. But here's what Red Priest didn't take Barista, no attachments in play. So that was the plan, to deny it. If you deny attachments, there's no Qohor stuff going on. And there we are. So looking a bit sad actually for Palpa here. Just checking if Roy's ability is in any way relevant. At the moment it's not. Meister Coleman also is there. So he can mess stuff up. A little bit though, conditions and items, and you don't get control as the Bara player here, so Tar can still swap them with Qohor if they find themselves on the wrong character or whatever. Well, taking what's left of the hand, but plenty of icons to defend. Doesn't put the inside guy into this. And yeah, that's a good way actually for Bara also to refill the hand. By the way, faction card standing, and Ildon, it was loyal Marshal this round, so what you need the faction card for is potentially set down a deeds with no power in place, so that seems unlikely. It's questionable in the Fealty deck anyway, but in the name of your king in the Targaryen matchup, actually it's quite realistic thing to include that needs the faction card. Storm's End in play though for the moment.
Moving Queensland to Qohor. You can move just Queensland on your own guy, no?
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, you don't get control of Queensguard.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't use it.
Is it? I don't know what traits Queensguard has.
I mean, I would assume that it's lighter though. Yeah, I don't think it's an item. It should be lighter. Logically speaking, I don't know. Sometimes the traits are a bit off.
I think Reducer is going. And that's it. Stannis is a big one there. If anything is turned into power. Actually, here comes Isona's ability, which actually is really good when it's in play. And yeah, you have to declare defenders before Storm's End, so that you need to have, in this case it's a power challenge anyway, if it were another challenge type, you have to have the corresponding icon before Storm's Ending it.
It's interesting with Lisona because it also skips an action window. If you wanted to bring a defender out of shadows, you lose that action window, right?
I think there's actually 4 separate action windows. Back to back, right? Yeah, you can't bring a defender in.
Yeah,
that's
but
what I
after you initiate, if you have if you don't have him, you have another action window. So if you're waiting, it can backfire.
Yeah, but then once you're in the challenge, you have to have 4 passes basically to get to the challenge resolution. Because there's a step in between which actually is skipped. But here we go. So actually, Gifts for the Widow is played. Did he draw a card in between?
Yeah, I mean just now with this one, right?
Oh, with the insight, yeah. Well, that's an incredible stroke of luck for Palpa. He had 0 attachments, but look at this now. That was undeserved. That was completely undeserved. I remember when I played against him last time, he had such tremendous luck and then would not accept it when it was put to him. And this is now an incredible. Okay.
I will say, if you play in Qohor and you don't get any attachments in like the first cards that you draw, it's a bit of a bad luck, so fair enough that you find.
And then he insights with Lisono into Gifts with 3 goals still available.
Well.
And now first into Baring. Well, Baring will stop Friedman and Missandei coming back. Yeah. That's
but
actually
you
good.
also give 1 gift back, right?
And now he finds a Dragon King as well. So yeah, I have to top deck it eventually. Some attachments. And enough gold for a duped Dario.
He's gonna also find the token or something like that, the gifts that are coming back. So what are the 2 cards that are out of the game?
I think it's Gifts and Mercenary contract was the first one. I think that was out of the game before we joined the first Red Priest, I guess. It was already in play.
Mercenary contract might be an item that could be moved
It's
with the other guy.
yeah, we could have in this deck the Lena, and there's also Storm's End, which stops some stuff.
You could have in this deck the Lena. I would say almost prefer the least the Lena.
There we go.
But the thing with Qohor, right? You just find a minute for her.
So we have now Darion, Ned, and Traitor on Barristan, so good solutions for Tom. Apart from the fact that okay, now that's rough. But privileged position is going to save the day. I think Nightmares was going to target Storms End, right? Get stuff killed. Although, what's the strength? 10. Without a strength boost, they can defend it, right?
It's a bit risky though because
But you can do the Lisona first for intrigue, and then you could have done military with bigger strength with the Qohor trigger. Well, either way, it keeps Bara safe. Bara has 3 of the key characters unprotected. But yeah, Dario is duped. Barristan can't take bodyguard, but he is now a king with Beggar King. If Beggar King stays in play and roll, he can save kings, right?
Yeah, and the sand is still gonna be in hand probably.
So Morgulis isn't fun in some ways, but then 2 Red Priests come back and Bara is first player.
He uses military for the Lisono challenge, so now Bara does have to decide before triggering Storm's End or
He has to declare defenders, yeah.
before Storm's End. Yeah?
Sure.
Okay, interesting.
Doesn't defend, now you're stuck because you don't know if it's going to be changed into power.
I mean, it probably will be, but
So if you declare Barristan,
yeah,
it's going into power.
you could do rule and then it's unopposed power. I mean, it's not unopposed power, or is it? Yeah, it is if you don't. So he went with just Barristan. Okay.
Well, can be triggered again. Stop this one as well. Not sure how much damage Qohor triggers can do at this point. Not much. Probably going to keep the 2 attachments that are already in play. Yeah. The only other thing that could have been done is Bara just doing double power back, but also it's early game, so that's useless. You can defend it for Stannis.
I mean, there's not even 2 powers in the faction card, so.
But 8 cards in hand, 5 reserve. Okay, it's going to defend it. Draw a card. Faction card standing again. Could have used it in. Oh, actually, Palpa in the very first action, I think, tried to play Nightmares, so there wasn't a window to near the faction card for Fealty to play privileged position for free. At the moment that Traitor, the fact that Dario was knelt, came in quite handy. Yeah, just checking. what's going to be
Paris
happening
item as well.
with the market. I think did he trigger? He didn't trigger the market, did he? Was it not? I think could have put Talker back, right?
Yeah, with my limited experience playing Targ, I always forget marketplaces.
Now do you risk Morgulis? He does kill the three most important characters apart from possibly Robert. You know there's two red priests. Still, we see what is discarded. So there was another bridge position. One of the red priests goes, and Crescent also goes. Plus Conrad, plus Shireen, lots of things. And it's into Madkin's command. It's Parley now, so it's going to try to keep it on 3 characters and do some damage, but how do you deal with Storms? And one Nightmares was already played down successfully.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to stop military now anyway.
Yeah, I can just stop military and then it's not gonna happen. Or is he going to stop Intrigue because that's one he can't...
He happened. Oh, it's...
Yeah, he stopped Intrigue here.
Oh, I remember now, yeah.
He can defend that successfully without turning it into power. Especially, I mean, with Madkin's command, it's 3 characters, and this is going to suck for
yeah,
Bara.
He comes into take that.
And military, you just turn into power, see what happens, right? And Intrigue, you have stopped with the plot.
But now, Palpa gets Horn of Winter.
Oof, Horn of Winter for Storm's End.
Mm-hmm.
Who plays that?
Yeah, I mean, you play that when you know you're playing against
Baratheon. And in hand, not cohoring it in where Storm's End could have stopped you in winning the challenge, but just drawing it to deal with Storm's End.
Well, he has another gift right in hand, so...
Okay, so Red Priest potentially is not going to be kept, but just needed a Melisandre nil. The problem is you shouldn't trigger it. Yeah, that's a bad one. Okay, you get knowledge. That's one thing, but now Tar is going to end up with an additional card because it comes back when the Red Priest leaves play. If you didn't trigger it, then that card would potentially be gone. With could have taken the worst card as well. Force Palpa to choose between the other 3 and whatever is in shadows. Maybe Missandei is the worst.
Somehow I doubt it.
Yeah, with Queen's Guard. I did need to trigger Red Priest here. Just got the Melisandre. It's not the cheapest Melisandre. Could keep Red Priest instead of what, Melisandre?
I mean, Eldon since Storm's End is a dead card with Horn of Winter borderline, right?
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
So, Horn of Winter theoretically can discard Storm's End, right?
Yes, it can, but then you lose it.
Yes.
I lose it in the sense of you no longer have a salt if there's something else, and you don't have it to trade for other attachments after you've done the damage.
I think if Barad, you can just remarshal it as well. So
yeah, can remarshal Storms, and that seems likely in Baratheon that there would be other copies. So if you're going to successfully assault it, but are you? So Eldon stands it potentially, and then you have to re-assault it. So it has to be the same character. So yeah, he has Queen's Guard.
And he has to assault the military only. I mean, it's not gonna assault the military.
Yeah, and so we may as well discard it then. Seems better, right?
Actually, is it does it actually blanket Storm of Winter? Anyway, Horn of Winter.
It blanks it, sure.
Yeah, so I think it blanks it until the end of the round. Am I imagining that?
Oh, that's what it does. Yeah, okay. Sure.
After you win a challenge. Oh no, sacrifice Horn of Winter to choose a location and it's targeted, and then it's blank, so you have to still sacrifice it to blank. So, never mind.
So what's the text? Can you discard it with it?
Yes, so
if it's a stronghold.
You can blank it until the end of the round if you discard it, and then if it's a stronghold or wall, you discard it as well. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Blank it until the end of the round, so even if Eldon stands it, you can't then do on the counter additional power challenge visibility. It's almost still there. And here comes Missandei. Fair interaction, Missandei and Queensguard. And that's a dragon's. It comes out of shadows. It has shadow. That's the intimidating, right?
Yes.
So this is still a power challenge. It's not military. Now it's Baratheon, of course, is has the power icon back or ability to do power challenges. So what's the situation? Lysandra is defending. So how much intimidate do we have? 6. Okay. I don't remember what I'm checking here. Oh, the red priest situation. Yeah, wasn't very concentrated, and then I realized that there was a red priest and lost the card probably, right? Palpa got away with an extra card. Which was Missandei, of course. And now there's potential to claim. You can take a dupe and then something has to die. Going back to that Parley choice. In hindsight, could have kept the 3 guys alive.
Yeah, but what's the potential Margulis situation?
Well, Roll is gone, so Byston would die along with the rest.
Yeah.
It wasn't a misplay at the time, going for intrigue instead of military. I mean, this Horn of Winter. I wasn't, I couldn't foresee that happening. That's yet another of Palpa's magical top decks, probably. Well, it goes to Harris, which does mean that Baristan is there alone and the super duped Dario goes. But Melisandre and Stannis are not the best at surviving the Harris together. Couldn't claim Stannis and keep Melisandre and Eldon. Stannis was the only duped guy. So what's going to survive? It's the Smith, by the way, so he had that to do with Storm's End all along as well. Smith podded with Mummers, can't abuse Smith with the little weapon attachments they get, but in Qohor, just martial air attachments and then Smith your way out of trouble by kneeling defensive locations that are trying to survive for the opponent. To be fair, Qohor was doing the same thing before it was nuked. I think I have some connection issues, maybe because the timer is not running here. I don't think I realized at the time. I was just thinking that Tom's probably thinking about what to do. Not a great situation. One great hole. There we are, okay. So what did he manage to do? King's Road, which is immediately mad, which means, yeah, Coleman comes in. Can't even absorb claim that well, because it's Barristan's ability, it's to claim potentially. Palpa has milk just in case. Just a milk for Stannis. Has to kneel Storm's End though, right? Well, actually, he doesn't. He can just assault it again. But Bara can use it before then to do 2 power challenges. What it's worth. Stannis milk, so not going to draw from that either. And he didn't use the Smith to kneel Storm's End.
Very cocky of him. Sure, it was on purpose. What about it said? Nah.
He forgot it. Well, I would, as the opponent, say no. You're going to kill Stannis and Colwood this round, so you can live with this Storm's End being.
I would agree. I would say, you know.
Especially when he was waiting until something useful pops up. Well, waited too long. Forgot. Yeah, that's on him. He's just forgetting that. We've all done it. Sometimes you still win, right? Like you're winning against Zini last year. Yes.
Last year?
Yes, you forgot to trigger the Smith against him.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that game.
Yeah, just leave it there. You're going to kill them both. Exactly. Have I ever forgotten the Smith? Sure I have.
Yeah, you know the time when you played the Smith instead of the Maiden and then you didn't use it because you thought it was the Maiden.
Yeah, that cost me. I mean, not playing the Maiden and then having the shitty reserve and not getting initiative, that sucked already. But then, if I at least realized I'm revealed the wrong plot and used the Smith, could have nailed the Hollow Hill.
And then he has some military challenge with Stannis anyway, so it doesn't matter that if he used Storm's End, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, to finish my anecdote, when I failed to use the Smith on the Hollow Hill, that was against Reinhardt in Champions of Westeros. He then found some kind of, I think, Varamir 6 skins with Hollow Hill.
Yeah, it was exactly him.
Next round, he played, I think, a first snow where he had nothing, just marshaled Varamir, and then used his ability to get 1,000 military strength, and with the remaining gold, played a put to the sword. What can you do?
Yeah.
This one, I think I keep getting lag because the timer is stopping. Yeah, this one will not be costly. Can't be stopped.
Yeah, I mean, also on the subject, I think Bara Gate is a bit like frustrating because if you're not already a bit ahead, you can't use it and then it's stuck.
It's there for the decks that start well and then run out of steam.
Yeah, it was good in Qohor. Sometimes. Got early 5 power, but sometimes all the power was on the characters and you couldn't trigger it.
Queen's Gambit on roll isn't going to work. Or, yeah, mercenary contract.
Oh yeah, this was the one time where we had the discussion. We couldn't comment in chat.
I wrote on Discord to Palpa here, I remember, but didn't notice it. And, I didn't write it in chat because it's the spec that is unmuted. I think I tried later. He already figured it out eventually. Yeah, Storms and Dance have other text.
That's a fun one every time.
Deck that plays Dario and shit, and it hasn't come up until now. Well, to be fair, it's quite blank most of the time anyway. So during challenges, you can play around it. Just trying to write here, but it doesn't let me, and part of figure it out anyway. Yeah, well, that's too bad for Palpa. Couldn't stand Rolly. Oh.
Yeah.
Could we somehow kill Barristan now? Could we get a Morgulis and just kill him? No, he's a king, of course, right?
No, actually you could because there's no cards in hand.
Oh, and he's not a king. That's gone.
That's okay. So, no Morgulis.
Even if there were, though, you'd have to overcome the power difference in 17 minutes.
I mean, power difference goes down a little.
Oh, it does. That's true.
There's like 5 on Barristan.
But you have a 0 claim plot for one reign.
Honestly, not brilliant recon. Although, Tarek doesn't have brilliant recon as well. But
there we are.
Yeah.
Well,
we still have an hour at least.
So let's just remember that he top decked with Inside Drew that gifts for the Widow early in the game, and then it all went downhill. Actually, it kind of went downhill on the parley turn, but yeah, whatever. So that's the game.
I do feel like Tarek had a bit of a bad start, and then kind of started rooting for them, but then they played all their disgusting shit, and I just feel bad forever rooting for them. Gross.
Okay, so that's a recording of a game from a few days ago.